What's going on, YouTube? Got my trucker hat on here, got my plaid flannel, and I got some dip down here in the corner of my mouth. The reason that is because I'm reviewing a truck today. Got a 2018 Ford F-150 XLT going on right here. So if you're wondering, no, this is not my new ride, sadly. It is a rental. The Fusion's got smashed in a parking lot and it's getting its quarter panel fixed. So enough about that. I want to get right into the video. Just let me explain something really quick first, alright? So here's how this review is going to go. First, I'm going to review all the exterior, starting from the front, going to go to the side, going to go to the back. Then I'm going to go under the hood, show you the motor, and give you guys a nice little 0 to 60 time. And then I'm going to review all of the interior. Now, if you want to see certain parts of that, look down in the comments below at the pinned comment. I will have all of those parts of the video timestamps in case, you know, just want to see the motor, nothing else. It'll be already there. Before I start reviewing the exterior, I might as well let you guys know. Again, 2018 F-150 XLT. It has a 2.7 liter EcoBoost and it has a 10-speed transmission, 4-wheel drive. So let's start with the review of the exterior, shall we? Alright, so starting off with the exterior review, we're going to start with the front end here. We're going to start from the bottom and just work our way up. So this is the 2018 model again. For 2018, they kind of facelifted this thing. They changed the way it looks a little bit. Mostly the grille. I really like how the new grille looks. The XLT models and the base models have the little nostril things on the side. I know it sounds weird calling them nostrils, but that's literally what they call them. The nostrils there. I was reading a review on them, and that's what they call them. The older models had a different grille. The upper ones, I think they're the Platinum and all that stuff, the Limited and the, I don't know about the Raptor, but they don't have the nostrils on the side. It's just a solid chrome piece, so if you see some without it, that's why. So starting on the bottom here, decent amount of ground clearance with that little lip there. I'm sure you could easily remove that if you want more, but I'm sure that helps with the fuel economy. We have a tow hook here and a tow hook here. I don't know if they all come with this, but because I'm in Nova Scotia here, they have a block heater. That'll help you out on those freezing cold days. And we got the fog lights there as well. They are halogen bulbs that come factory with it, which is kind of good to have. I always found the factory fog lights not that bright though. Coming up here, we have the headlights. I'll show you what they look like on in a second. Here's one thing, just a little complaint that I have. I don't know how much they'd help because I don't know exactly where the intake is here, but these vents here, they are fake on each side. As you can see, it's just a solid piece of plastic, so don't be fooled. And over here, fake as well. I thought maybe one side would have the intake on it, so one would be real. But nope. Now, I don't understand why dealerships do that because, I mean, is it really that hard to just put holes in these things? I mean, I could literally cut them out myself and probably make it look pretty good, and I'm not good with that stuff. So I don't know why the factory cheaps out and puts the fake fence in there just for looks. You know, when they could put real ones in, probably for like fuel economy or something like that, you know. Yeah, that's that for the vents there. The headlights, they are all halogen. I might as well turn those on and show you what they look like. And here's what all the lights look like on. As you can see, oh, the fog lights aren't on, probably because it's in park. But the high beams are on the bottom. I think there's the 4-way flashes I got on there, and on the top, those are your, that's the low beams. Again, the XLT doesn't come with the LEDs. I'm not sure if that's an option, but as you can see, it doesn't come factory, just halogens. But easy switcheroo. I do like how the higher models, though, they got the daytime running LEDs that go along. That looks really good. And just before we move on, we have a little comparison picture. Up top is the previous gen F-150. On the bottom is the new gen, and then on the very bottom is the 2018 ups. They just did a facelift, so I just put this picture in here to compare all of them. Honestly, I think the newer ones look better, and I think the facelifted one looks the best as well. Also, as for the one up top for the old gen, I did think that the F-150s were winning in terms of look around that time. And for just another comparison picture here, I got 3 blacked out trucks, one a Ford, one a Dodge, and one a Chevy. And I gotta say, I think the Ram is in 3rd place. I think the Ford is in 2nd place. That's the current gen on the left there, but it's not the facelifted one. And on the bottom we have, which is now the last gen Silverado. The Ram is also the last gen. And I gotta say, the Silverado just takes the cake in terms of looks. I really think they did a great job designing the Silverado, and I don't know what it is, but the looks, it's just my favorite out of all the trucks out there right now. So for that, I'm gonna have to give it to Chevy.
And last picture here, I promise. Then we're going to move on with the review. Now we have all of the current gens. We have the current gen Silverado, the current gen Ram, and the current gen F-150. And in the terms of which one I think wins this one, it's really hard to say. I didn't like the Chevy at first, but now it's growing on me. I think I like the last gen better. The Ram is a huge improvement, and the F-150, well, it's just the same looking. And honestly, it's really hard for me to choose a favorite. I honestly think they're all tied, and they all look good in their own ways. I can't really choose one. Anyways, moving on.
On to the side, the XLT here comes with these 17-inch rims. They're definitely nicer than the ones that come on the base model, but there's definitely some nicer, bigger rims that we can get on the newer models. There's no side step, which is fine by me. I don't need a side step to get in, but that might be harder for older people or really, really short people who find it hard to get in. It doesn't have the ones when you open the door, they automatically come out, which is really cool. Little 4x4 sticker on the side and a F-150 badge up top with the XLT on the side. Also, the whole body is aluminum. I didn't tell you guys that. Makes it lighter, easier to dent, but it's also better for the rust. I don't really have much of an opinion on that. Haven't really owned one, but yeah, that's that for the side. It is the crew cab, or I don't know what Ford calls it, Super Crew maybe. Very, very roomy on the inside, which is great. But it does have the short bed, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't have a truck or really have the need for a truck, but I do find that short bed is just laughably small. And on the side here, we have these big mirrors, which I really like. I like how they have the blind spot mirror that's like built into it. Very, very nice touch. I really like the look and shape of these mirrors as well. They're not like super huge towing mirrors, but they're big and definitely enough in my opinion. On the side here, we also have the passcode, which I honestly think every single vehicle should have. My Ford Fusion has it, and I love it. Basically, the way it works, you type in your passcode that comes with it. It comes in your car, and if you press this button here after typing in your passcode, it unlocks the back doors too. Typing in the passcode only unlocks the front doors. And if you type this button here after typing in your passcode, it will unlock your trunk. So in my car, that's really helpful. I mean, in the truck, it's not that crazy, but it will unlock the tailgate as well. I don't really know what the code is on this one because it's a rental, but also if you type in your code and then press a certain button and then type in your own code, you can make all your own codes up and you can delete them and do that stuff, but you can never delete the factory code. You can invent like 4 of your own, which is pretty cool. You know, if you lend your vehicle to someone, you can give them a code and delete it off later. Pretty cool stuff. And if you press these 2 buttons here, it locks all the doors. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the side. I don't know what else to say. It came with tint on the window. I'm not sure if they all do. As you can see, the door sill here kind of goes down. Kind of like it, gives you more visibility. Don't know if the other trucks do that, but I don't know. Kind of like it. It's kind of nice touch. Fuel door here, no cable or anything like that, which I think's fine. They all break a lot, but they don't have the fuel cap like the. I don't think that can twist off. There's just a little door here that folds in. You put the gas tank in. So there's no fuel cap, which I think is a really cool add-on as well. I really, really like that. And coil springs in the front, and we still have the leaf springs in the back. So our back window is tinted. I'll show you guys what that light looks like later. We have our brake lights on the side here, which I think look nice. They're not over the top. License plate lights here and here. This model does have a backup camera right down here. It doesn't have any backup sensors that beep for you, but the camera's basically, you don't really need that. For the tailgate here, is it unlocked? Yes, it is. So, here's a complaint my neighbor had. He has a Toyota Tundra, an older, probably late 2000s model, maybe a 2008 or something like that. I can't remember the exact year. But he was like, oh man, when he opened up the tailgate, as you can see, the way it falls, it doesn't have any kind of like easy letdown like a lot of the new ones. They're like you literally unlock it and they'll open up for you, or some of them got like the little hydraulic things that go on here, which make the tailgate not fall so rough. Like literally this tailgate is the same as on my dad's 2006 Silverado. It just falls with a big clunk, which in my opinion, I don't really care. I don't need a big fancy tailgate if I had a truck. But for some people, they might really like that. If you're older too, that might be a thing, you know, you might like if you find a tailgate's kind of heavy. But in this truck too, because the tailgate's aluminum, I find it very light, even compared to my dad's Silverado here. The tailgate is very light, which I like. Well, listen here, fuckhead, I'll tell you fucking one thing. If you're here in Nova Scotia, if your tailgate doesn't close with a big thud like this, if it doesn't close with a thud like that, you ain't a fucking real man. You got any of that little pussy, easy lift, open shit, you're not a fucking real man. You need a fucking big manly tailgate to close the thud. You don't need any of that shit. Fucking builds your arm, builds character. That big tailgate closes the slam. The ladies fucking love it. I told you when I met my girlfriend, the way I met her, I opened up my tailgate, closed a big thud like that. That's what made her like me. We'd get it for 6 years. She fucking loves my fucking tailgate. You can go ask her right now, not a lie. So basically, you pull that down, and in the tailgate, there's like a step that comes out. Chevy got the little steps on the side there. This truck doesn't have any of that, but honestly, that's fine. I don't need it. But if you know, again, if you have trouble getting into the bed, that might be a problem for you. But you know, you can always do the old step on the wheel A there, bud. Just step on there and climb on up. That's the way to do it. Or just get it from the back here. But yeah, none of that. I don't think so anyways. I don't see anything. The bed, nothing too special here. It has a bed liner in it. There's some hooks there. Hook up there, another one down there. Again, nothing too special. Again, I don't like how this thing got the 5-foot bed. They're so tiny. I mean, I'm 5 feet. I'm sitting here with my back against the heat here, and my feet are almost going to the end. So, yeah, tiny beds, man. I hate it. I hate it. One thing I do like about the Fords, though, is that they're like the only vehicle, the only truck that has a half-ton, that has a full-size cab with a regular bed on it. They do that. This one doesn't have it, but they do that, and I think that's a really, really good idea. Otherwise, you want a full-size cab in a regular bed with any of the other trucks, you have to go for the 3/4 tons. So good job Ford for doing that. I don't know why the other companies don't do it, because I would not want a short bed. But at the same time, I love the full-size doors. I don't like the extended cabs. They're nice, but if I got a truck, I want it to be big and roomy. So the tail lights, we got the reverse lights there. As you can see, the 4-way flashers are on. They do share the brake light, which I don't like how cars do that, but whatever. And they're not LEDs, they're halogens as well. Got the F-150 printed into the tailgate, which I really like how a lot of trucks are doing that now. Got the EcoBoost badge there, letting you know that you have an EcoBoost. And yeah, that's basically it. A lot of models. Nothing too special about the roof. They just got some aerodynamic stuff here. I don't know the physics behind that, but just thought I'd show you. It's on there. That's what it looks like with the backlight on, but you can't really see it too well in the day. The exhaust just comes out on this side. It is a single exhaust. The Chevys do have the option for a dual exhaust, which I think people don't like. They look a little weird and squared off, but I really like how they look, and the Dodge has them too. So Ford is a little behind with that one, and I don't believe any of the other models come with a dual exhaust as well. Maybe the Raptor. I honestly should have did my research before making this, but whatever. But yeah, I do like the dual exhaust. This truck doesn't have it. Easy to add on, but yeah, it's pretty much it. On to this side, there's nothing really different. The only difference is we don't have the lock code on this side. It's only on that one side. So, under the hood here. Under the hood of this thing, we have a 2.7-liter EcoBoost. This thing puts out 325 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque. Very impressive coming from a 2.7-liter motor. Here's the turbo down there. You can just barely see it. And yeah, before I show you an exhaust note and a 0 to 60, or basically just an acceleration test, I just want to say, I thought this thing was a 3.5-liter EcoBoost because it was just so peppy and quick, but it's only the 2.7. These things you can get in a V6, just a normal V6, naturally aspirated. You can get the 2.7 EcoBoost, the 3.5 EcoBoost, and the 5.0. The 3.5 is the best out of all of them, and from what I see, this thing actually accelerates faster than the 5.0, and it's about the same as the 3.5 because it's lighter. Obviously, the other two, the 5.0 and the 3.5, can tow the most, but honestly, very, very impressive. For a 2.7 to accelerate, like this thing is almost as fast as the 6.2 in the Silverado, and it's a 2.7, so very impressive. As long as it's reliable and going to last, because I understand that putting a little 2.7 with a turbo, there could be problems with it. But so far, it's been out, I think, only since 2015. It's been doing pretty good. Oh, just before we start the video here, remember this has the 10-speed in it. You can put it in manual mode by pushing your shifter down. But for the 0 to 60, I'm actually going to leave it in drive, because I find when you're shifting it, the shifter's not really made for quick shifts like the 10-speed in the Mustang or the 10-speed in any of the sports cars. It's more for towing and stuff like that. So I honestly find it just shifts faster if you leave it in automatic mode and floor it. At least that's what I find. You can change your drive modes by pressing this. We have normal, which we're in right now. You got tow haul, and there's always a light that lights up for each one. Snow and wet's up there. Eco's up there, and sport is down there. So we're going to leave it in sport mode, and let's do a quick little 0 to 60, shall we? Alrighty, 0 to 60, sport mode, 2018 Ford F-150, 10-speed, 2.7-liter EcoBoost. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Foot down. A little bit of spinning. again here. This time I have the traction control off and the advanced track off. I don't really know what the advanced track is, but if you hold down the traction control button for about 5 seconds, it turns off. And 3, 2, 1, go. There, no spin that time. I kind of controlled the throttle a bit more there. Little pull here from around 80 kilometers slash about 50 miles there. 3, 2, 1, pedal down. So let's move into the interior, shall we? So I do have some cups in the cup holders in my work bag, and my lunch, because I just worked a night shift, and my trucker hat. So this is a trashy Nova Scotia video, so I'm not even going to take that out to make the video look nice. We're going to keep it in. So let's start with the driver's side door, shall we? So again, we got this little dip here. I like it because that's really high up, and the fact that that's so low gives you more visibility, so I really like that. Good job for it. Let me move the seat back here. We have all of our power window stuff here. Power mirror stuff as well. Window lock so you can't get your kids or dogs moving the window down there. My girlfriend's a dog walker. Trust me, some dogs can put down windows. It's happened. And I don't know exactly what these buttons do. I believe, oh, that's just more mirror adjustments, I think. We have a speaker here, the unlock and lock button, and lots of storage. Cup holder here, storage here, and some storage here. Now here's something I really like about this truck, and I don't know why I like it, and it's the door handle. The door handle here, check this out. You just grab it like this. Now, fuck me sideways if this isn't a lot of vehicles, but isn't this pretty cool? I don't know why. I just like the door handle. It just kind of hides in there. It's just unique, and I like kind of unique, quirky stuff. A very weird door handle. But the thing is, I don't know why, my body always tells me to grab it like this. And I'm like, oh, nope, this way. Whoop, whoop. So I feel like, you ever guys see the National Lampoons when he's on the ladder and he's about to fall and he's trying to grab on, and he's doing it? That's what I'm like. I'm just like, how do I open this thing? How do I open this thing? Yeah, I'm constantly doing that. We got a nice little grab bar, so if you don't have any steps, you know, you can really flex that bicep and get yourself up in here. And yeah, so inside the truck now, door is closed. Now one thing I gotta say about the interior of this truck that I really like before I get into more in detail stuff, it feels really big in here, and it feels like a big truck. I drove a new truck before that wasn't, because I find, you know, old Chevys like that, it's not even that old, but it feels more rugged and rough. These ones feel a bit more new, and it might make you feel a bit smaller, but not this one. This one here, it feels really big. Those little hood bulges too look aggressive. They're kind of, I don't know, when you're driving, it just, I guess, kind of makes the truck feel a bit more aggressive, I find. But the interior, it just feels like you're driving a big vehicle. Not overly big. Like, it's not that crazy. I mean, it's just a half-ton truck. But it feels big, and I like that. Does that make sense? I don't like it when a truck feels like a little SUV. I like that this feels like a big vehicle. I think that's the way trucks should feel. So, that's good on that. Over here, there is an electronic parking brake. I kind of just like the foot ones, but whatever. Future technology. We have the bed light, fog lights, dimmers here. Not a little roller switch. You just got some buttons. Auto headlights, and you got them on. And you got your parking lights, and you got off. Just keep it on auto there. Pressing that doesn't do anything. We have buttons on the steering wheel here, just that controls all of the stuff for the dash. I'll get to that in a minute. We have our windshield wipers over here and turn signals here. Very standard. And another thing I should get to, we have the column shifter. Now, I saw a guy who was kind of a biased Ford guy reviewing the new Chevy, and he was saying, I can't believe that the highest model has a column shifter. Now, the top end models have a column shifter, not a column shifter, a shifter down here. But honestly, I like this shifter. I find it just keeps things out of your way. The only thing that I don't like about it is that if you want to drive in manual mode, because it's got the 10-speed, so it's kind of fun, it's really awkward shifting with this, shifting up and down. It's really, really awkward. It's really weird. And that's the only reason I think this truck should have like paddles or something, or I don't know what else it should have. I wouldn't want another two shifters, but that's the only thing I don't like about the column shifter. But I do like column shifters in trucks. It just frees up the space down here, which I think is nice. I don't know why people hate on column shifters so much. Yeah, vent. We got our 4-way flasher light, traction control. If you hold it down for 5 seconds, it turns off advanced track. I'm guessing that's just a more sporty mode. We got the 4-wheel drive switch here. 4 high, 4 low, just an electronic switch, volume knob, and the tune knob, and just all the buttons here that do the same thing as the ones on the steering wheel. And then all our climate stuff is down here. And as you can see, there's blank buttons, because this truck wants you to know that you could have been better. You could have had the sunroof. You could have had the heated seats. This truck doesn't have heated seats, I guess. And you could have had the ass massager, but you don't have it. You got blank buttons instead. You get blank buttons, and it lets you know that you could have did better. You always could have did better. You're living a mediocre life. Unless you buy the high-end model, you're living a mediocre life. You have a mediocre wife. You have a mediocre house. You have a mediocre dog. No, I'm just kidding. That's the best dog in the world. But yeah, blank switches. That's basically my point. USB stick for playing music. 12-volt power. Another 12-volt power. We have a glove box. Whoa. And it has a little storage compartment up there. And honestly, it's not a very big glove box. I've seen bigger glove boxes. And I don't think this one here opens up. There's no upper glove box, which is whatever, right? Lights are up here. I like the colors of them. They're pretty bright. Mirrors. No lights in the mirrors. Sunglasses holder. Trying to think what else to show you. Storage up here and a speaker. This thing here doesn't have navigation. It just has this little screen. I'm not going to go through all the options. Honestly, I like navigation. Would I like it? Yeah, they look really cool, but that is enough. You don't really need any more than that. Also, there is a display here that tells you like all your fuel economy. As you can see, the fuel economy is really good. I'll get more to that. Well, in the engine part, that's actually going to be before this. But yeah, display in the middle, display over here. This doesn't have navigation, or it's not a touch screen either. But really, again, it's all you really need. There's a secret storage compartment down here. Not really secret, but I don't know. I just didn't expect that to be a storage thing. And the last thing I want to show with the middle here is the middle seat. You pull that up there, you got lots of storage, no plugins down there. And you push in this button over here. Sorry, it's going to take two hands to do this. You can fold this seat down in the middle, and you got cup holders there, and you got storage here. Now, a lot of the top-of-the-line models, they don't have the middle seat. And honestly, I love the middle seat. I like the fact that you can literally fit 6 people in a truck comfortably, because it's pretty wide back here. Sure, you got the cup holders there, so it's a little bit awkward, but you know what? Whatever. I really like how I really like the middle seats. And it also has a shoulder belt as well, which is great. Now I'm sitting here in the back seats. Now, it's absolutely how insane it is, how much leg room there is in this thing. I've only been in a crew cab truck once before, and it was a Chevy. It was an older one, but it was roomy, but this thing just really takes the cake. Now, I heard people saying that this thing got a lot more room in the back than any other of the truck models. And another guy did a video on the brand spanking new Chev that has everyone doesn't like the looks of, and these F-150s, and these have a lot more leg room, or quite a bit more, shall I say, even though the Chevys are roomy too. But I could stick my legs out like this far, and they're just touching their seat. Like, it's crazy. Let me show you from a different angle here. As you can see, I'm sitting here comfortably, and like, just look at all this friggin' leg room. Like, you know, like my Ford Fusion had decent leg room, but that's nothing compared to this thing. Like, it's crazy how much leg room you got. It's a very roomy back here, and I love it. Nothing much else to show back here. There's a speaker there. There's storage here, and there's 2 USB plugins down here if you want to charge anything, and then there is a 12-volt plug-in there as well. So very nice. Not much more to show with the back here. There's no room behind the seat. No power window, which it's kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. I'm sure that it's available on other options. And if you grab down here, there's a latch, and the seats fold up. There's a latch, and I left my key down there. And let me do it on this side too. Sorry, bad camera view. There. Now look at how much room you got back here. Now, one thing that I like, the new Chevs, they have a storage compartment down here, so your stuff doesn't roll anywhere. But I honestly like it better without the storage compartment. Why? Because I love road trips. You could put a small air mattress back here and sleep back here very comfortably. Wouldn't that be friggin' awesome? Like, I'm laying back here, almost fully extended, and my legs just slightly stick out. I'd have to bend up just like this, but you could honestly just curl over on your side and have a nap back here. There's so much room, it's insane. And there's no drive shaft bump either, so you literally, it's flat. Like, it'd be so easy to make a little mattress back here, or make a little bed, shall I say, with an air mattress. But that's all I got for the back here. I really like it. Just a weird little interior quirk here before we move on. If I press the wiper spray button, My car does this being a Ford, and the ambulance that we drive for work does it as well. Check this out. So I spray the fluid, right? And I let go. The wipers will go a couple times, right? Then they'll stop, and then they're going to do one more. See? I didn't touch the windshield wiper button at all. Now, if you go into settings, you can actually turn that thing off, which I find kind of funny. And I don't know why, but I find it also funny. It's hard to see here. My camera's not focusing. Oops, 1 second here. Where are we going here? Where are we going? Messing everything up here. Wiper controls, courtesy wipe. They call it the courtesy wipe. I can just turn that off there. And now, if I put the wiper spray on, we won't get that extra little wipe at the end here, as you can see. And that should be it. No courtesy wipe. Weird, eh? I'll show you guys one more time with the courtesy wipe. Now it's on. Now we'll get one more in a second. Isn't that weird? Anyways, it's just a simple little feature that I'm sure a lot of vehicles, it's probably not just Ford that has them, but they call it the courtesy wipe. I don't know why, but I just find that kind of funny. Remember your courtesy wipe, kids.
Anyways, that is basically it for the review video. If you liked the video, thank you very much. If you disliked it, please, that is fine to leave a dislike. But I would really, really appreciate it if you could tell me down in the comments below what you disliked. Therefore, I can add to the video or add to my future videos and, improve them. Did I ramble on too much and talk about too much nonsense? Was my stupid attempt at humor, did you not like that? Did you not like how I compared the F-150 to the Chevys and stuff like that? Or maybe you like that. Anything that you liked or disliked about this video, please comment down below. That'll help me out for future videos, and I would really, really appreciate it. You don't have to. I get it. Life's busy. But, again, if you made it this far through the video, thank you very much, and I hope this video helped at least one of you guys watching. Any more review videos you'd like me to do, let me know. And now, to people who are subscribed to this channel, who've been here for a long time, I'm sorry there hasn't been a lot of videos. I'm just extremely busy working. I'm working at getting more out, more humorous videos, and I'd like to do more review videos as well. But overall, the F-150 was a great truck, the 2.7-liter engine. I'd really, really recommend it. I don't know how it is for reliability, but they had if you don't need a shit ton of towing power, then the 2.7 is fantastic. It's easy on gas for a truck. It's very good on gas, and it has a lot of pulling power as well. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed, and thank you again for watching. Quinn Giles is out of here. Until the next time, have a fantastic day. Boo!